One of Tesla's former biggest supporters on Wall Street said on Tuesday the electric carmaker shares could fall to $10 from around $200 now if tensions with China escalate and sap demand for its cars. Shares of Tesla edged down, heading for their fifth straight session of losses, and bonds weakened after Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas outlined his worst-case scenario. Jonas forecast the shares could be worth $10 to $391, with a price target of $230, a wide range that underscores the confusion and risks about Tesla's future. The company is facing signs of dragging demand as rivals step up electric efforts, as well as issues related to cash flow and manufacturing, its outlook in China and its eccentric charismatic chief executive officer, Elon Musk. TSLA chart by TradingView privacy policy share. This article shared Tesla has grown too big relative to near-term demand, putting great strain on the fundamentals, wrote Jonas, rated a 5-star analyst by Refinitiv for the accuracy of his forecasting on the company. The company's stock, which has almost halved in value since last August, was down less than 1% at $204.96 on Tuesday afternoon. In the last 10 days, it has gained only once, when the company boosted prices of its Model 3 sedan last week. It is building a factory in China to produce its Model 3 electric vehicles in the world's largest auto market and to escape a rise in tariffs on cars imported from the United States. Another brokerage, Baird, cut its price target for the company to $340 from $400, saying concerns over demand, credibility and noise around the company have kept incremental buyers out of the market. The departure of key executives, price discounting, and extraordinary cost-cutting efforts add to the narrative of a company facing real potential stress, Morgan Stanley's Jonas said. An early backer of Tesla, Jonas in 2011 set a price target of $70 on the stock when it was trading around $23, a year after its IPO at $17 apiece. In 2017, he said the Tesla network alone, Musk's plan for a robotaxi fleet, was worth $76 a share. His bear case doesn't ascribe any value to robocabs, but if the plan works, Jonas, who was once criticized in a New York Times article for being a cheerleader for Tesla, has a bull case price target of $391. The market action follows hot on the heels of a $2.7 billion fundraising round by the company 2 weeks ago that was oversubscribed, but has done little to settle the nerves of holders of Tesla's existing debt. Its $1.8 billion high-yield bond due in 2025 with a 5.3% coupon weakened for a third straight day in European trading, with its price edging below 82 cents on the dollar and the yield up to 9.16% after touching a record high 9.25% overnight. The spread of its yield over Treasury securities, a gauge of the added compensation demanded by investors for holding Tesla rather than safer government debt, widened to nearly 693 basis points. By comparison, the average spread on corporate bonds rated B, roughly the same as B-rated Tesla, is 442 basis points, according to ICE Thermal Bond Index data. It was also among Wall Street's more heavily shorted stocks, with about a fifth of its float on the line. FANG stocks continue to dominate the list of most shorted U.S. equities. The Tesla continues to hold the number 1 or number 2 spot since 2016, according to financial technology and analytics firm S3 Partners. Of 31 analysts who cover the stock, 10 now recommend buying Tesla shares, 9 are neutral, and 12 recommend selling, according to Refinitiv Icon data. The median price target is $250.19, a fifth above the current market. While cutting their price target, Baird analysts reiterated their outperform rating, saying Tesla was positioned to outperform over the long run as it increases profitability, generates free cash flow, and ramps up production of innovating products. Timeline of Tesla crisis. Musk's erratic and expensive behavior. February 2018, Tesla reports its biggest quarterly loss, more than $500 million. Stocks dive by 8% March 23, 2018. A fatal Model X crash which involved its autopilot mode sparked safety fears and sent stocks tumbling. April 1, Musk jokes about Tesla going bankrupt on Twitter. May 2, Musk holds an earnings conference call where he calls analysts' questions boring and boneheaded. May 3, Musk expands his stake in Tesla to 20%, acquiring $9.85 million in shares. June 12, Musk announces difficult but necessary reorganization which will see 9% of its workforce let go. July 15, after offering up a team of engineers to rescue a group of Thai boys who became stuck in a cave, Musk launches an astonishing attack on a local diver who tried to save them. He calls the man a pedo in retaliation for his criticism of Tesla's failure to get to the children and save them. July 30, rapper Azealia Banks announces she is collaborating with Musk's girlfriend Grimes. August 7, Musk tweets that he is taking Tesla private for $420 a share. It leads to an increase in stock price which saw his individual net worth rise by $1.4 billion the day. August 8, The Wall Street Journal reports the SEC has opened an inquiry into the tweet. August 10, Azealia Banks goes to Musk's house to collaborate with Grimes. August 13, Banks takes to Instagram, angry that she apparently had to wait around for Grimes to coddle her boyfriend when they were due to make music. She alleges that Musk spent the weekend scrounging for investors after the tweet which she said he posted while high on acid. She later claims outrageously that Musk, 47, and Grimes only invited her to his home to take part in a threesome. Musk denies ever having her at his home and says in a Tesla announcement that he had secured funding from the Saudi Arabian sovereign fund with whom he had a verbal agreement. August 16, Musk admits in a New York Times article that Banks was at his house. Elsewhere in the article, he complains about the excruciating toll of Tesla. Stocks react unfavorably. August 19, Banks sends Musk a letter saying she feels terrible about everything. August 21, Musk shuts down his Instagram account. August 24, he vows to keep Tesla public and says he will remain at the helm. September 7, Musk drinks and smokes marijuana during a podcast. Shares tanked by 11%, and Chief Accounting Executive Dave Morton's resignation is announced. On the same day, the HR chief and head of communications also leaves. September 18, the Department of Justice launches a separate investigation into Musk's tweet. September 27, Musk is sued by the SEC after walking away from a deal which would see him pay $10 million in fines, step down as chairman. Shares plummet by 14% September 29. Musk settles with the SEC October 4. Musk refers to the SEC as the short seller enrichment commission in a tweet October 8. Tesla shares plummet to $250, its lowest in a year.